I thought that this kind of video could be kind of important. I know, I should probably make it more cringe and stuff. I could tell you about a cringe thing at the end of the video. But for now, let's talk about the serious stuff. There are certain inalienable truths in the world. And these truths are very good to be aware of, although they are painful. But if you take these truths in and take them seriously, you will be able to avoid a lot of suffering. And it's gonna sound a bit counterintuitive with some things I'm about to say, but trust me on this, it really does work. So, one truth is, well, quite obvious, most people are morons. It's very obvious, you can't escape the fact that most people are idiots. That doesn't mean that most people are evil, I would say they're neutral, but that's not really the point of the video of describing morals and everything, but definitely stupid. And people think they are a lot smarter than they are. I used to think that too, that I still think I'm smarter than most people, but I wouldn't say I'm that smart. Anyways, that's it with the arrogance. Some other truth is that in order to avoid a lot of suffering, you need to embrace suffering. This is what sounds a bit counterintuitive and counterproductive. The thing is, if you embrace discomfort, and if you just do the right thing, like you continue doing things that scare you, that are hard for you, it's gonna be very painful for you, right? But these accomplishments, when you keep doing it, you get stronger every time. It's the same concept as the psychological concept. Let's say you are scared of rats. And first you're like, it's like even toy rats scare you. But if you can learn to hold a toy rat, that's the first step. Or like look at a toy rat, or look at a picture of a toy rat, and then you can look at a picture of a real rat. Then you can look at a real rat, and well, you don't have to touch the rat, but you get the point. You get stronger and stronger, and eventually it's not a problem. And there's a sense of accomplishment, but that's not just that. That makes you feel pretty good, you know. Oh, I did something good, I did something strong today, I accomplished something that was really difficult for me. It can be social stuff as well. I used to have extreme social anxiety. Extreme. I had trouble going out to McDonald's and ordering food at McDonald's. You know, like, it got really painful for me. I managed to do it, but it was super painful. But then I went out with my cardboard sign and talked to people in public, which most people in the world wouldn't dare to do. And I feel pretty proud of it. From having extreme social anxiety to be able to talk to pretty much anyone. Now, obviously, there are some exceptions. Like, girls I'm genuinely interested in. Like, I still, you know, my mind still, you know, goes full love mode and the brain just gets... the blood goes somewhere else. No, it actually... it doesn't go to the place where you'd expect. I mean, if it's just sexual, I have no problem talking to girls or being, you know, that's not the problem. The problem is love. You know, finding someone that I feel, oh, maybe I can fall in love with this girl. That's where I get like, what do I, you know, and become brain dead. Which is also counterproductive. But it's pretty weird how the brain works in that sense. Because you would think that it would be good or better to, you know, whatever. Anyways, those are two truths so far. So embracing discomfort and realizing that most people are stupid. And in the embracing discomfort, here's another truth that has to do with it a bit, but self-improvement is the key to a meaningful or content life. Constantly improving yourself and having a habit to improve, which has a lot to do with what I previously said about embracing discomfort. Because doing a workout twice per week can be hard, but doing a workout 7 times per week isn't. This is something that is not clear to a lot of people. This is something that people struggle to understand. It's like, oh no, I have trouble going out and working out once per week, but I can force myself to do that. But people who work out 6 times per week or 7 times per week. How? I wouldn't be able to do that. No, but that's the thing. If you do something and it becomes a habit, it's a lot easier. And then you don't have to do the excessive workouts. You know, you still get a lot more benefits from just doing, like, let's say, like this is a weight workout. Let's say you can do 20 push-ups max. Okay, so instead of doing 20 and getting really tired, you can do 10 every single day. So the guy who does 20 in a week while you have done 70 in that week, and then maybe he'll be able to do 21 or 22 next week, but you'll be able to do 12 each day. And then when you're doing 12 each day, and then maybe you take a break after 2 weeks, just 1 day or two, like break or whatever, or maybe you do an excessive workout because you have the habit, and then you take a break or you do like cardio or something during your break days, then you're gonna be fine. That's not really an inalienable truth. Well, it is a truth, but yeah. Anyways, let's talk about the cringe thing. So yesterday I was out with my friend and his girlfriend, and the cringe thing was not, you know, it's not that cringe. So there was this fountain. We were out at like 1 a.m. I really hate clubs. And even the girls that approached me, no. Holy crap, my hair looks ridiculous. And the thing is, I can't do anything about it. I have really good hair quality, but if I don't use any products, it's just this. And I very rarely use product. Anyways, so we were out there, and there was this fountain, and one of them said something like, oh, it's like, I should jump into the fountain. And instead of like thinking about it, I just, whatever, I'll jump into the fountain. And I jumped into the fountain, my shoes got super soaked. And they were like, what are you doing? And I was previously like told like, hey, you should live life more. You're like 26, you should like, you know, make mistakes and learn from them. And I'm like, yeah, this is a very dumb mindset, in my opinion, but it's a mindset that is very attractive. Because, that brings me to another truth. So, if you work for the long run, you'll be a lot happier than if you work for the moment. Sometimes it's nice to just have a moment, you know, to just relax or just, you know. That's not the problem, but doing something immoral for instant gratification is something that generally backfires, or pretty much always backfires. And yes, you can learn things from it, but you don't have to learn it that way. You can just ask, oh, if this was done to me, how would I have felt? And then you can go by that and be like, yeah, then that's not a good idea. Doing the right thing tends to pay off in the long run, because in the end, the one you need to impress the most is the one you see in the mirror. And if you hate yourself and only look for other people's appreciation and acceptance and praise, then you've already lost. The battle is with yourself. And if you hate yourself, things are going to become so much harder. So instead of doing things that make you hate yourself, do things that make you like yourself more. And that ties into the other things in the video. You can get so much better life if you just work on yourself. This is true for men and women. Look into yourself. Don't go broken into a relationship. I'm not saying that you can't have some broken pieces of you and the other person. If you can mend each other, that is amazing. I think that's really beautiful if you can manage, but don't bring the other person down with your... like, don't be sinking. Because you both need to uphold the relationship, so stop sinking. Because if you're sinking and you try to get into a relationship, all you're gonna do is drag the other person down with you. Of course, that's not to say like, oh yeah, you have... Of course, if you're sad and there's this person who gives you a lot of warmth and light, and, you know, you have something and it builds up, you both get stronger, then that's, of course, really great. Now, it's really hard to, you know, because it goes from moment to moment, situation to situation. But anyways, thank you guys for watching this video, and I hope that helped. I should have more advice, but this is what I've learned, yeah, this year I haven't hated myself. Well, at least for most part of it, I haven't hated myself. So I feel a lot better about myself than I did a couple years ago, because from 13 to 25, I was suicidal for most of it. Like, I'm serious, I was suicidal. I wanted it to just end. I was tired of the loneliness. I was tired of being, of never getting any light. I found some light this year, which was very nice. But then again, if you strive too much towards the light, you're just like a fly and you're gonna die. Hey, wait a second, that's kinda poem, but it's true though. Yeah, that's about it. Cheers.